Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review. Today we're looking at the Dragon Ball Super Dragon Star Series Cabba action figure by Bandai. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, this figure does come with the torso piece for the KO Build-A-Figure, which looks cool. I'm excited for it. I'm already kind of bracing myself to be disappointed about the feet because it is, I mean, it's a softer plastic, but I'm sure they're going to be limited regardless if you change out the skirt for like a soft goods skirt. I'm pretty sure it's not going to matter because I don't know how they do it, but they somehow keep in range with the soft plastic pieces. And by that I mean usually like the Jiren action figure, you could take off that bottom skirt if you wanted to, the bottom part of his jacket, I should say, and his leg articulation won't get any better. I've tried it, I know. But anyways, Cabba here does come with a couple of pairs of hands, and by a couple of pairs I mean one pair of extra hands. He comes with his fists, and he comes with these kind of just generic open energy beam slash, I guess, catching a fist type of hand, if that's what you want to call it. And that's about it. The Dragon Star series don't usually come with much, so it's not really to be expected that he comes with like a whole bunch of hands or anything like that. But I still stand by what I've been saying for the last few reviews, I think, of the series is why don't we have an alternate head? Why don't we have a non-Super Saiyan head? That would have been awesome. I bet you we're going to get a non-Super Saiyan version of Cabba at some point because, well, it will probably be the same body or a slightly altered version of this body with black hair. But then again, Dragon Stars has been actually doing a good job with doing alternate molds every single time, so I could just be wrong and nitpicking and just be kind of scarred from what Hasbro does to Marvel Legends and just, reusing all the bodies. But anyways, this figure, it is a figure, that is for sure. It is all right. It's decent. Let's just start off with the sculpt work. I will say he looks pretty good. Suit looks pretty accurate. The silver paint on the chest armor looks good. The yellow could be better. The chest paint right here is definitely off a little bit. You can see it's more blue than it should be, which is kind of disappointing. Uh, the legs look fine. Everything else is all right. There isn't really like any errors aside from his head. It does feel like there's some, extra glue on there, and it does also kind of look like they missed when they glued the hair on because there's like a little bit of a gap going on there. Aside from that, it's not bad. The head could be a lot better, especially after seeing Kale's head. It's kind of like, well, you guys did that weird thing you guys keep doing, and you did some really dark lining around the eyes, which I don't know. It doesn't look that good. I don't know why they keep doing that to all the figures, but it does not look good. You guys need to stop emphasizing the eyes so much and, adding those really dark. It's not even just that they're like dark black lines, they're like dark and they're red a little bit. It looks weird. His skin tone is a little pale. So, yeah, to me he does look a little bit off, but it's not horrible. His articulation could be a lot better, but before we get into that, I haven't actually measured to see how tall he is. He is about 6.5 inches tall, maybe a little bit more from the top of his hair, so decent sized figure. I don't have a Vegeta to compare it to. I'm just going to put that out there right now, so I apologize for that. I was waiting to get a Vegeta, but I also wanted to get this video out. So anyways, articulation-wise, let's move that aside. His head can't move up at all. It can't really move up. His neck can move back and forward, but that's about it. He can look left and he can look right, but there's no... I mean, there's a slight pivot, but not really. It's mostly all coming from the neck, which, I'll be honest, I kind of would have preferred if it didn't move, because he has the same issue that the Super Saiyan God Goku did, where the neck wants to kind of pivot to the right a little bit, and it's off-center. Whenever you start messing with the neck, it kind of starts getting off-center. It just doesn't look good. I don't like it. So, I don't know. I feel like they're adding that joint in. They're like, look, more articulation. Doesn't really do much. I mean, it goes back and forward. The head should be able to do that on its own, but it doesn't. They really need to figure that out. Anyways, see if you guys just moved his head and his neck went off center again, which again is really annoying. I'd rather the neck just not move if that's going to be an issue. Anyways, arms can only go out about that much. You can force it a little bit more to get it just about level, but it's not going to go much more than that. Which is kind of interesting because one thing they've been doing really good is with the arm articulation, getting it to go up a lot. This one, no, it's a solid piece right here. Didn't really do it. You can see the arms and the legs are actually a lot shorter, or skinnier, I should say. But yeah, his arm can rotate all the way around. He does have the upper bicep swivel. It does feel like this wants to pop off from there. Just putting that out there. He does have a single jointed elbow. As you can see, it is single jointed. And it does a little bit better than 90. So I can't complain too much about the fact that it's single jointed, because it does better than 90 degrees, and that's kind of my judgment. It has to go more than 90, my opinion anyway. And he does have a swivel at the wrist and a hinge. Can't lean back, can't lean forward. I mean, there is a little bit of give, but that's nothing. So there isn't that, I should say, and doesn't really go side to side. Can't go left and right, but that's about all the waist you're gonna get here, which, again, disappointing. They need to start doing what all the other Dragon Ball figures do, basically, aside from the Shoto ones, which even they get a little bit better range than this. But yeah, that's kind of disappointing right there. Leg can go up really well, and it looks like it can rotate. I mean, you see the separation here and here. Maybe mine is just stuck or something, but yeah, it does not want to rotate before that joint right there. So if it is stuck, then all right, okay, then I guess some rotation would be good there, because then you can get his leg straight. If it isn't stuck and they just left it like that, well then, I mean, it does help get his leg up more, but I don't know, it doesn't look that great. It can go out that far, can go back about that much, and he does have a single jointed knee that does about 90, if not just under it. It's not the greatest knee joint at all. So that's, again, disappointing. His leg can go up a little bit, foot can go back a little bit, and he does have a slight pivot, but his feet do tend to pop off a lot. And be aware that when you take him out of the packaging, more likely than anything, you're going to end up doing that. And that's kind of annoying. Now you can see it does pop off. Like all the other figures, the waist pop off and it can pop back on. So it's not, again, the worst thing in the world, but it is kind of annoying when the figure falls apart. I can't speak. When the figure falls apart while you're taking it out of the package. Now, you can get him into some decent enough poses, but like I said, balancing him, for whatever reason, maybe it's just how skinny his legs are. They're not loose at all, which is a good thing. I'll give him that. He doesn't have to pull down legs or anything, so his feet aren't doing what Jiren's were doing, but yeah, he is a little bit difficult to balance and keep upright, which kind of sucks. See if I can get it at all. Nope, too far forward, too far back. There we go. So it's possible. A little annoying, but it is, like I said, possible. Changing his hands out, it's as simple as just pulling that off, grabbing the extra hand, putting it on. And yeah, with the limited articulation, I mean, he has no movement at all. No butterfly joint, no nothing. So, the arms are definitely really limited. The legs are all right. They're not the worst in the world, but they could be a lot better, especially at the bend. I don't know. That's why I said this is a decent figure. It's an okay stand-in until we get a Figuarts version of him or a Figurized version, which my guess for this guy will probably get a Figuarts version first. I'm guessing, I don't know. Like I said before with Jiren, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Figurized version first, just because, I don't know, I feel like they do better with villains on that front than they do with the Figuarts. But is it worth it? Like I said, it's an alright stand-in. Comes with the Build-A-Piece for Kale, so that's good. Anyways, let's just get on to some size comparisons and wrap this video up. So for a quick size reference, here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man and the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Goku. You can see here, does scale pretty good with Goku, and he's a decent size compared to a Marvel Legends. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have a Vegeta to compare him to. I am getting the Majin Vegeta hopefully soon, very, very soon. So when I do that review, I'll do a comparison with Cabba in that one. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be up at some point. But I'd say he's a good stand-in. He doesn't look like he wouldn't fit in with your Figuarts. Of course, his articulation won't be as good, but in the meantime, not the worst figure in the world. And here he is compared to the only other figure in the way I've ever reviewed so far. And you can see he is shorter than Jiren, though I don't know. I feel like he should be maybe a little bit shorter. I actually don't know. Not positive. I don't think they ever stood next to each other either. So overall, I would say it's not a bad figure. I mean, it is literally okay. I mean, okay, the sculpt work, like I said, isn't bad. It looks like Cabba up until you see the face, and then I don't know. It's just kind of weird that Jiren can look so good, Kale's face can look so good, but you guys still can't nail other figures. I mean, even the Vegito that's coming out has the weird kind of eyeliner thing going on, which I feel like they really need to fix that. Um, I've been giving this series a lot of slack because it's new, and even here we're not too far in. But at the same time, this is what wave three. So yeah, the things need to really start improving because I don't want to see this series die out. Now, thankfully, because they are doing characters like this, like Jiren, that we're not getting anywhere else, I don't think it will anytime soon. But once they run out of characters, or once Figure Art starts putting their own characters out, it's gonna be tougher to see this, especially if they want this line to survive past the dubbing of Dragon Ball Super. Um, once the hype kind of starts dying down and stuff, it's going to be really tough. So I really hope they start improving with not just the sculpt work and the faces, but the articulation. Like you can tell they're kind of experimenting. I mean, this is the first figure I believe we have where he has single jointed elbows and single jointed knees. Now, albeit his legs and or his limbs just in general are skinnier, and I guess that's why they did it. It's kind of the same reason why most female figures only get single jointed elbows and knees. But as like the Star Wars Hasbro figure showed us, it doesn't really matter how skinny they are. You guys can pull off some really good stuff. Other than that, like I said, decent figure, decent stand-in for now until we get a better version. Comes with the build-a-piece for Kale, so I would definitely recommend it just for her. Even though, like I said, I feel like her legs are gonna end up sucking because of the plastic skirt, but we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that is my review for the Dragon Star series Cabba action figure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe for more, and I will see you all later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.